Okay guys, I honestly don't know how I'm gonna title this video, but this idea just came to my head. I was just playing Infinite Warfare and this just popped into my head and it just opened up my eyes. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And what I'm talking about is basically, it's gonna take a while probably for me to explain, but I'm gonna try my best to explain it to you guys. And the reason Infinite Warfare DLC weapons are free to all the season pass owners, and also it's like easily obtainable, as in like you just do some kind of a simple challenge that will take you a couple games and bam, you get the new DLC weapon, but you don't get the variants because variants you still have to get through supply drops. And the reason that I think is this way is just crazy. Like when I just thought about this and it hit me, I was like, wow dude, this makes so much sense. At least to me it makes sense. To some of you guys would be like, nah dude, this is wrong or whatever. But the reason I think Infinite Warfare has all these free DLC weapons is because of the popularity. You might be like, wait, what does it have to do with anything? Well, if you look at Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 was promised to be supply drops to cosmetics only, you know? They said it was cosmetics only and nothing else. That's all we were gonna get. And we're like, oh dude, this is gonna be amazing. This is perfect. I would love to get like different skins for my weapons and stuff. And it sounds like a good idea, you know? It doesn't sound bad, you know? Like Modern Warfare 4 was, COD 4 remastered. That's what everybody's thinking. And then boom, they throw a whole bunch of weapons too. So that's another example. And where I'm going with this is basically, you guys know how hyped Black Ops 3 is and how loved Black Ops 3 is in Call of Duty community. It's basically, people call it just the best futuristic Call of Duty. And in my personal opinion, it is the best futuristic Call of Duty. The colors, the weapons, the maps, the streaks, everything. Just amazing in that game. I love that game. It's a really good Call of Duty. Treyarch did an amazing job. But as soon as the developers realized how popular that game was, how much love it was getting, and even though they promised us to be cosmetics only, Activision was like, damn, everybody loves our game, everybody's buying our game, everybody wants to play this game. They probably can see how many people are playing online. Obviously we can't, but they can. And they're like, dude, this is going really good. And they can see people like liking it, enjoying the game, playing for hours and hours. And what they decide to do? They decide to throw in DLC weapons that are actually game changing. DLC weapons that do have some kind of effect. For example, Marshall 16 was a really good gun. There's many weapons that have been added to Black Ops 3 even after Infinite Warfare came out, and everybody's spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to be able to get that out of there. Why? Because there's a lot of people playing it. People love that game. Everybody likes getting new weapons. Nobody likes supply drops, but there's no other way to get those weapons in Black Ops 3. You know, it's their supply drops, or you have to get lucky with the, what is it called? Common supply drops or rare supply drops by collecting keys. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, when I thought about this, it all made sense because, for example, Modern Warfare 4 remastered, they did the same exact thing. They started throwing in all that stuff in there, but Raven at least made it a little bit easier where you can craft those weapons and stuff. But it still like makes sense, guys, because then you look at Infinite Warfare, and Infinite Warfare is the most hated Call of Duty that I've ever played or experienced playing. I personally don't think it's that bad. It just, people just hating it for no reason. Obviously, nobody wanted futuristic stuff, but this game was already in the production, so what else are they gonna do? They can't scrap a Call of Duty and make a new one in 6 months or like a year. You know what I mean? So this game was so hated, and then what other option Infinity Ward had? They were not gonna throw in like all these overpowered SMG like DLC weapons and supply drops and let that be the only way to be able to get those weapons. Can you imagine how much more this game would have been hated? Just think about it. Think about this game having like some whole bunch of DLC weapons that you seriously have to grind and get the keys and get them out of a supply drop. Just get lucky by getting out of a supply drop. This game would have been even more hated than it is now. But guess what they do? They're like, we have a whole bunch of variants. We can at least give everybody the common variant, which is not bad. It's still a weapon, you know, and people are going to love us for that. People are going to appreciate it. I honestly really like that Infinity Ward did that, how they give the common variant to everybody. I really wish in next Call of Duties when we're going to have variants, they do the same thing. I feel like that's the right way to do it. Season pass owners get it for free. And if you want to do challenges to unlock it, you go ahead and do it. And when I thought about this, I was like, dude, this is insane. This actually like all adds up. And basically where I'm going with this is the feedback that Call of Duty gets, like the feedback Call of Duty gets, it's what basically affects how the DLC supply drops and all the system is gonna work. I know this could be like, obviously this is just what I'm thinking, but doesn't that make sense? Like, whoever's watching this video, please let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, because I feel like this makes a lot of sense for the developers to look at it. And also, one interesting thing I wanted to say is, since World War II is still not out, and they did say that supply drops are going to be cosmetics only, which obviously we heard that before with Modern Warfare Remastered and Black Ops 3. We heard that before. But I'm wondering, because of all the hype that we're getting right now, Call of Duty World War II is so hyped, like it's so loved, like we still have not even touched the game. All we've seen is just videos and YouTubers playing and all their opinions, you know? And I'm just curious if after like 6 or whatever, how long is a couple more months left till we get the actual game, or actually like 2 months, like a month left until we actually get to play the beta, which is, I'm so excited. Next month we're playing the beta, guys, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I don't think we're not gonna see any DLC weapons there. Obviously, it's gonna be a couple more months till we see that. But like I said, I'm still really curious if that's gonna have a big effect on how they're gonna be giving us DLC weapons and what kind of DLC weapons they're gonna be giving. Because they said that there's gonna be cosmetics only for variants or something like that. But the DLC weapons, they said there's gonna be DLC weapons, guys. And what that means is gonna be whole totally different weapons that are gonna have stat changing, and it's gonna be game changing, and they're gonna be in supply drops. And I'm pretty sure that's how they're gonna keep it. It's gonna be supply drops only, not like Infinite Warfare where they're gonna give you like a free variant of the new weapon or whatever. I really hope they do it that way, because in Black Ops 3 kind of sucked because there's so many good weapons added to that game and I never got to experience to use them. So that would be nice if Sledgehammer does that. But if not, like I'm saying this, and I'm probably gonna come back to this video after we start getting DLC weapons in Call of Duty World War II, which is like still a couple more months. It's probably gonna be only happening next year, so which is like far away still. And I'm just really curious if I'm correct, because when this hit me, I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, this all makes sense. This all adds up, and I really hope that's not gonna be. I really hope I'm kind of wrong in here. But still, it kind of seems like more all these like facts and the stat, like if you just makes sense, doesn't it, guys? Like all the stuff that you look at, Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 3 was so loved. They just shoved all that stuff in there and in supply drops, and people had no option. They made millions and probably billions of dollars with that stuff. I heard that in 2016 they made $3 billion from in-game content, which is insane. Who does not want $3 billion, you know? Activision is like, boom, we want that money. But let me know what you guys think about it. I just think this is insane. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, peace out.